Hi guys, welcome. I'm here for the first live stream. I finally made it on early. It's 10:46. Anyhow, I have a lot to do today, so I won't be on again until tonight. So let's see how many we can get through now. This way, I won't be on at 5. Right, Miriam, love. Okay, if you are not with anyone right now, you got a couple of things happening. Walking away from something that no longer serves you brings peace. And if you let go of the idea of holding yourself back or being so guarded, there's a Taurus that's coming in who will treat you like absolute gold. Empress shows up, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful if you don't want children. Happiness comes out over your love life. If you are with someone right now, leaving things in the past that belong in the past will strengthen your relationship, plus not holding yourself back will also take your relationship to the next level. You can also look forward to some fun, carefree, spontaneous times. Brenda, love. Got celebration coming in around love. You have choices, celebration, and a happy home coming in around love. If you're not with anyone right now, out of the blue can come a Pisces. If you are with someone right now, listen to your intuition. Listening to your intuition can strengthen your current relationship. And it looks like forward movement regardless. So either somebody new comes in, relationship starts, and there's cause for celebration. It's got a solid ground. If you're with someone now, listening to your intuition and acting from an intuitive place, not an ego place, will help strengthen your current relationship. Starbright, where are things going with me in the Sag? I would just be a little cautious. There could be a tower moment and a fight, or a fight that leads to a tower moment between you and Sagittarian. Use your intuition with the High Priestess. Balance can come back into play and you can iron things out. Things can move forward because you've got good karma on your side and there's a lot of strength around the situation. Things can change for the better fast, but there could be a tower moment that happens first. Babel. Will I be able to get my dream job by 2021? Yes, I think you will. Elizabeth, what's coming up for love for me in the next 2 weeks? Soulmate connection comes in. The Lover's card and the Ace. A new love interest is going to show up. Feeling more respected. Maybe an earth sign coming in, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. There could be a lot of passion around the situation and you have a wish to put it out into the universe. There's also a Libra around you. You've got a Libra coming in too. The Libra may not be as prepared as the earth sign, so you may choose the earth sign. I can't swear it's going to all happen in the next 2 weeks, but that's what's coming up. EE, messages about money in July. Okay, money may be a little bit stagnant in the beginning of July because the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. Nine of Cups is also in reverse. Page of Pentacles is in reverse, and there's general disappointment. However, it shifts at some point in the middle to late July. And the Empress comes in, brings love, money, abundance, fertility, prosperity. and things change, and then you're prepared to move forward. You have good karma that comes in around finances. But I think the first 2 weeks of July may be a little slow. Things pick up the second half. Eliza, the father of my kids have love feelings through me. Okay, let's see. You know what? He does. He has feelings for you. There's a lot of indecision around him. It's almost like he's the kind of person that doesn't know how to make a decision, or he feels emotionally not sure, like he's not strong enough to make his own decision. So he sort of makes a decision by not making a decision. One of those kind of people. He does have feelings for you. Definitely. Lady, I'm single, love reading. You may be moving on to greener pastures. If there was a recent disaster that happened, you're leaving it behind and you're moving forward. And what's coming in is good. The Empress is coming in, which is love, money, abundance, fertility, children if you want them. If not, be careful. Carefree, spontaneous times with a soulmate relationship that's built on solid ground. Maybe a fire sign that comes in, a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries, and there is success around the relationship. You've got lots of potential coming in. It's like a good connection when it happens. PJ, could I get a message from my grandma? She passed. I am not a medium, so I can't connect with her. I do get messages every now and again, but I can't make them happen. The only thing I can do is I can ask her to send messages through these cards. But I can't tell you, she's saying X, Y, and Z, because I don't get that. I do get, I hear things, but I hear them when I hear them. I can't make them happen. Messages from Grandma. Grandma, please send messages through these cards. The World, Archangel Michael. A job well done. Joy, contentment, gratitude, the path towards enlightenment. The Five of Earth. Fear surrounding money. The wisdom to accept help from others. Uncertain self-employment. The wisdom to accept help from others, I think that's a huge thing for a lot of people. The King of Earth. Generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities that you are offered. You've got the Midas touch. PJ. Should I reach out to John this week? I really want to reconcile with him and hope the timing is good. Mercury is retrograde, which means yes, it is good timing. And after the eclipse, I think you should. I'm going to ask the cards. But here's my thing always. If you want to reconcile with somebody and you're choosing not to do it, you're choosing not to do it from either fear or ego. It's not coming from a place of love. Whenever we make decisions from fear and ego, they're always you're vibrating at a lower frequency than vibrating at love, which is 528 hertz, I believe. Anyway, 528? Yeah, I think it's 528. So when you make a decision out of love, you yourself are in a better place. So if you were to reach out to him out of love and not out of and not put it off because of your own ego, I believe the decision it's more satisfying. If you wait for him, you could be waiting a whole lot of time can pass before he reaches out to you. But if you reach out to him, you could be reconciling with him tomorrow. So why wait? Yeah, 70% chance, yes, you should. Crystal, why this Scorpio wants to talk to me? Does he like the chase in women? Well, he does like to chase women, but the death card is in reverse. So I don't think that this relationship between the two of you can go anywhere. Either you're not going to like him or he's not going to pursue you hard enough. Whatever it is, I don't think it's going to work. Unless you're really interested in him, I would just kind of let it go. It looks like it may be more harm, like, you know, like nothing really comes from it. Coco, love reading for me and Kay. Things could change for the better between the two of you quickly, but there may need to be some boundaries or some sharp words between the two of you. You may have to have a discussion first before things can move forward. You guys have a great spiritual connection, but somebody may not be putting in enough effort because the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. So is the Seven of Wands. Somebody may have been genuinely disappointed by the relationship with the Ten of Swords, but you guys can get past it. There can be a lot of passion and love that comes in, but it's going to take a little bit of work, or you may at least need to have a conversation. It doesn't always have to be a fight or an argument or a big thing, but something might need to happen. Crystal, when I become a baby nurse, will I have a good salary and benefits? What's this guy doing? Dylan, what are you doing? You sitting in the bed? In the corner? That's where you want to be? All right, you can lay there. He went in the corner. And he's using like a bag as a bed. It might be hot in here for him. Yes, you will have good benefits, you will have a good salary, and you know what? There's so many ways that you can grow. Once you become a nurse, so much that you can do, and so many different areas that you can take it in. I have a friend. I got a piece of hair in my mouth. I have a friend of mine who, she's young. She's young. I worked with her at A&P. I'm going to say she's probably... maybe she's 24, 25 by now, maybe. Maybe 26. I mean, she's young. She works full-time as a postpartum nurse in New York City. She also works per diem at another hospital because to work per diem somewhere else, it doesn't have to pay the tax she would have to pay on the overtime she would make at the hospital she works in. Like, it's different. She gets paid differently. She's also going back to school to become a nurse practitioner, and what she wants to do is open up an urgent care. I don't know where she wants to open it. I'm assuming she probably wants to do it somewhere around here because she's getting a little bit tired of the commute into the city. She's a young girl. I mean, she's young. And she's doing really well for herself. So... once you get a job like that, they'll pay for you to continue school. So I would definitely, I wouldn't hold yourself back. I would go for it, because with opportunity like that, like, we always need nurses. You're always gonna have something. Bobblehead. Thoughts and feelings. He constantly asks about my dating life. How much longer will we come together in a relationship? It could be the month of August. It's possible the month of August. You may want to bring it up. You may want to ask him, why do you ask so much about my dating life? What's going on? Elizabeth, will Ben and I split soon? We'll see, and I date again. Well, I mean, you can split with Ben whenever you want. If you want to get out, then you know you can just end it. That's up to you. And if you want to date C again, I mean, you're in control of this. These are decisions that you can make. I mean, let me ask if you'll date C again. As far as the split with Ben, I mean, you just need to end it. That's it. You can date C again, but you got choices around you. So when this card shows up, it's like you're the one that has to make the choices. Rather than leaving it up to fate, destiny, or someone else to make the decisions, you've got to decide. If you're not happy with Ben, there is no reason why you have to stay with him. You don't have to wait for him to end it. You can end it. Emma, I recently video chatted with M for the first time. Are we likely to do it again? Let's see. Yes, you are likely to do it again. 70% chance. Lady, blessings for July. You are going to have choices. Choices that come in. You're also going to have a love connection if you're not with anyone right now. Walking away from things that no longer serve you lead you to success. So the message definitely is to look forward, not backwards. Emin, does M feel bad for hurting me? Yes, he does. Or she, whoever it is. Yes, they do feel bad. Babel, career ahead. Career ahead. Pretty soon you're going to be feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain with something to celebrate. Wheel of Fortune, you've got good luck around your career. You're also moving forward quickly, and you may have a new idea when it comes to work, career, whatever it is, side business. All 10 cups are full moving forward. So you could either get a better job, open up a new business, start something new, whatever it is, it's positive and the sun is coming out. So things should be picking up for you. CL, general for next week. Next week, it looks like you may be holding yourself back. Even if you can't, even if you're physically not ready to move forward for whatever reason, at least take notice that you're holding yourself back and try to figure out what it is that's keeping you in that holding pattern. There may be some sort of a spiritual practice that comes into play over the next week or so that gives you maybe a lot of confidence, or you feel very connected to the universe. Passion comes in. Life starts to move forward quickly. You also may have a business idea, a job opportunity, something that would be, you may be focused on it right now, but in the future, it could make you a lot of money. So it may be like coming up with, hey, I want to open up a daycare center. And even if it doesn't get off the ground now, you may be doing research or whatever it is to get you there in the future. Some kind of an idea pops up. And it may even be an idea, because Mercury is retrograde, an idea that you've had once before that now doesn't seem so impossible. Allison, general 1 month. You have a wish. Actually, you have 2 wishes. Put them out into the universe. Perseverance pays off in the next month. No longer feeling stuck in the mud. You have a lot of strength to get your life in order and move it forward in the direction that you want. The sun is here, but it's in reverse, which means happiness may be a little delayed, but it's still on its way. Leaving things in the past that no longer serve you and moving forward. I think that's a huge thing for a lot of people. Leaving things in the past. A lot of times people get stuck or they're looking for something from the past to come back. Usually, not always. And now Mercury's retrograde, so this would be the time for things from the past to come back. But like under this retrograde, I'm going to go back to voice lessons because I've done that before. And the last time I went back to voice lessons, Mercury was retrograde, and it was also under a new moon. But most of the times, going back to the old is a huge setback. Usually the way things work, like we move forward for a reason. Usually moving backwards is a step back. Anyhow, Elham Luma, who will Kay choose, me or the third party? Okay, right away, just because the way you've asked this question, you already lose. As soon as you feel like you're in competition with me or her, me or her, me or her, you lose, because you can't be in competition with someone. And if you feel like somebody is the rock star on stage and you're all reaching for this person, you don't get chosen. So the whole idea of feeling like somebody has to choose you over someone else automatically puts you in the losing seat. So my suggestion would be to definitely rethink and focus on your thoughts and how you see the situation, because you can't, this is like a me or you. And when you can't, you're the center of your own reality. So right now you're making yourself somebody else the center of your reality. So as long as you're focusing on it being his choice and not yours, you're not going to win, because that's just the way it works. The way the energy is, if you're in competition with somebody, that person always wins, because there is no competition. So you've got somebody else as your competition and you're looking at somebody else like you're a rival of them, you don't win. The person that wins is always the person that doesn't care. It's like we have 1 million people in the chat room every day talking about people that they want to hear from. I want to hear, or I have one client who, she's been back and forth with this guy for a long time. And he's got, they're not together, but there's another girl around him. And whenever she starts with, well, he talks about her. He talks about her. I'm like, it puts you're in the losing seat, because he's attracted to the woman who's not giving him attention. He's attracted to the woman that isn't calling him back. You're the one that's like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Look how nice I am to you. I buy you things. I take you places. I do nice things for you. And he's like, how come she hasn't called me back? How come she hasn't called me back? How come she hasn't called me back? So you got to change up this energy. Otherwise, I promise you, it's not going to be good. Yeah, see, right now you only have a 33% chance that he shows up for you. But look at the question. The question is, you're giving your power to him. Who is he going to choose? It's who am I going to choose? Maybe I don't choose him. So it's very different, the situation. And if you found yourself in similar situations like this in the past, you're reliving it because you didn't learn from the last ones. And the reasons why I say that is because, I've done this too many times. That's why I know it's true. As soon as you put yourself like, I remember with one guy, I was like, but I have a house and I have a car and I have a stable job and I have this. And the girl that he was after was, not only was she a total fucking mess, but she was a compulsive liar. But it didn't make a difference. He wanted her. He did not want anything to do with me in that respect. And I was like, but why? Look what I have. I have all these things and I have everything together and I'm always there for him. And why would he choose her? Why would he? Because I was focused on her. And yeah, it was a shit show. It was a real shit show. But anyway, that was a long time ago. Via, do you think that I'm going to marry my current boyfriend? I don't think so. I mean, you got a 33% chance, which could mean a couple of things. It could mean that it's very far off in the future, like years away. But right now, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. Emin. Does M regret hurting me and rejecting meet up with me? Yes. Yeah, there is a lot of regret around this person. TD, general for the week ahead. General for the week ahead. You're no longer holding yourself back. Somebody from your past returns. Somebody else gives you an offer that you can't refuse. The sun comes out. Happiness and the world is at your feet. Next week should be good. Brianna, what's coming in for love and when will I meet them? May not be until the fall. It would be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, who will be very well prepared, possibly a Libra this fall. Maybe it could even be around their birthday when the sun moves into Libra. They may have money too. They may come in with money. Shree's T, general for July and August. All right. Leaving regret, doubt, and negativity in the past. Excellent. Being more connected to your intuition brings in choices. Making a decision to move your life forward brings love in. If you're with somebody, current relationship rekindles. If you're not with anyone, a new partner shows up. The Hermit. So the Hermit can be a couple of things. If you're not with anyone, a Virgo can show up. If you are with someone, this could be taking time alone, turning in, figuring out what it is that you want in the future and how you want things to, like what you want to manifest or bring in. It's positive when it's upright. It's like, you know what, let me take an afternoon and just kind of think about how I want my life to go. It's very positive, the Hermit card. And then success comes in. A success could come in out of the blue because you're feeling very well prepared and you know exactly what you want. July and August should be good months for you. Starbright. Will this relationship with Sag turn into a commitment? I'm not seeing a commitment coming in anytime soon. Doesn't mean it can't. It's just not happening soon. Like I didn't get any aces, which would be chances are slim that before the end of the summer a commitment happens. Anna, boyfriend Pam acknowledged a cousin of mine on a post I did of his born day, which was June 20th. She replied today, happy birthday and Father's Day, but didn't acknowledge my birthday on 6/1. Why is she behaving this way? Well, I mean, you know how I feel here about Facebook. I mean, how do we know that she was on Facebook on June 1st? You know, like, reading too much into bullshit that goes on Facebook is just that. Who knows? Maybe she was more mad at you and now she's not so mad at you. To me, we need to communicate in person. We need to communicate on the telephone. I would not even communicate through text messages because there's too many different ways that people can read things. But communicating or reading into stuff that's posted on Facebook, Instagram, it's just no way to communicate with each other. I wouldn't read into this kind of stuff because we don't know. What happens if her computer was broken and she wasn't even on the computer the first week of June? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just too much social media is no way to communicate. So she's coming up here as she's very slow and steady, but she is working hard. She does want balance to come back to the situation. She respects you a lot, but there's a delay around happiness. Now, like, to me, all of this could be avoided if one of the two of you picked up the phone and just either apologized or talked it out. But putting things up on Facebook and seeing what other people reply to and see who says what, like, it's not a way to communicate. And I don't know why people do the things that they do. I just know that everything that goes up on Facebook, about 99% of it is bullshit, or it's put up because somebody wants you to think something. So who knows? Maybe she did put it up so that you would notice and then you would reach out to her. Wouldn't it be a lot easier if she just picked up the phone and called you? You know what I mean? This is why social media is just the devil. I think, this is my opinion, if you want to fix a relationship with anybody, pick up the phone and call them. If it's your ego that is telling you not to, or your ego is saying they owe it to me, they should call me, they should do this, that's your ego getting in the way. That's making a decision out of fear, not making a decision out of love. Now, it's your choice. You could let this relationship go. You can wait and see if 3 weeks from now she replies to a different post. Or if it bothers you enough, you can pick up the phone and say, hey, listen, let's talk about this. The other day, I was out with a friend of mine and we got into a big argument over something. And I was really annoyed. I wasn't annoyed with her, like she didn't do it. I was upset with the situation. And when she left here, like, she knew that I was upset. Not at her, she didn't do it. It was just what she was saying. And you know, after like an hour or so after I came home, I was like, I apologized to her because it wasn't her fault. I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at the situation, and I just like didn't want to hear her 2 cents because in the moment I knew better. Of course I knew better. Nobody knows better than me. I have all the answers. And she's right. She's like, how come you're so stubborn? How come you don't? And she's right. Why was I being so stubborn? Why couldn't I just listen to her opinion? So I just was like, you know what? I'm sorry I got so upset. I was wrong. I was really upset about whatever it was, and it's not your fault. I don't know why people have such a hard time doing that. But all of our relationships would be so much easier if we could just bite the bullet and do it. Because I could have gone on Facebook and put up something like, some people shouldn't open their mouth when they're not involved in a situation. And then she could have been like, well, gee, I wonder if Danny was saying that about me. Or somebody who else could have been like, oh shit, I wonder if Danny was saying that to me. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much that goes on. Like, people read so much into everything, and I hate to say it like this because it sounds really rude, but not everything is about us. Not everything is about us. You know, like a lot of times people are like, well, what did he think of my picture? What did he think of my post? Did he think that it was about me? Did he think... No, okay, not everything comes back to you. Everything comes back to me. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, she might be doing something because it's coming back to her. You know, not thinking so much about you. Like, in other words, if she wants to rectify the situation with you, she may be commenting in hopes that you see it and then you reach out to her. But wouldn't it just be easier for her to pick up the phone and call you? Like, why are we playing all these kinds of crazy games? And people do it. I'm not saying just you, the whole world is doing it. Everybody's doing it. But instead of doing that, it would just be so much easier to reach out to someone. What have you got to lose? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It can't be any worse than someone who's not speaking to you right now, right? You can't make matters even worse. They're already not speaking to you. Sister, question below. Why did P ask me all of these questions about it when I'm dating anybody, and then we got into a deep convo and he seemed to pull away after? Okay, why did P ask me all these questions about it? All right, let's see. Okay, I don't know what you guys spoke about, but the cards kind of suggest that, I don't know if he had an interest in you. He thought things were moving forward quickly. I don't know what the conversation was, but it may have like, he may have felt by the conversation that things were not going to move forward. Like he thought things were moving forward, and then things like the conversation made him think, okay, it's not going in that direction, so he pulled his energy back. Here's the thing. This is not the end. There's a delay here. Sun is in reverse, but I think things resume between you and him. 9 of Cups. You have a wish. Put it out into the universe. Sister, what is S thinking about our sis lately? What's the matter over there, lady? He's thinking things are a little bit upside down. He's got a little anxiety. It's mild anxiety around the situation. Fool is in reverse. Be careful that the cat doesn't get let out of the bag on something, because you know when this card's upside down, it's like doing or saying something that you can't take back. The Sun in reverse. There could be happiness that comes out around this situation, but there's a huge delay. I think he has a lot of anxiety about things. And I think that's, you know, like it's genuine. He's not like being dramatic. He really does have anxiety about stuff. Talia, will my cousin and I do a collaboration in the future? I think so. Yeah, I think you will. You might have to organize it though. Sarah, how will T take my last message? Will things pick up communication-wise? All right, let's see. Energy around the last message is good. Will things pick up? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm coming to get you. Yes, communication is going to pick up. All right, baby. Don't cry. I'm coming. Ooh. Oh, Dylan, I'm glad that you got out of the bag. Come on. Come on. I want to go in your little bouncer. You want Sully? You want Sully? How about this one? You want to go in this one? All right. You want to watch the TV? I'll make it a little louder. Golden Girls is on. I know you like it. I know. There you go, Golden Girls. Where am I? I am at Salome, general reading for July. You might have a little anxiety at the beginning of July. It might have something to do just with the planetary bullshit that's going on. But use your intuition. All 10 cups will be full. Before the end of the month, things start to pick up. If you're not with anyone right now, you have a new love interest coming in. If you are with someone right now, current relationship can move forward. Ace of Cups, love cup is full. World is at your feet, and you might be presented with an offer that you can't refuse. TD, did my mom tell my dad about what I told her? Bless you. I'm on the fence about this one. I don't think so. I only got one ace. I don't think so. If she told him anything, she maybe told him part of things, but she didn't tell him everything. No, I don't think she did. Kira, general. Okay, you've got good luck coming in. You also have a wish. Put it out into the universe. Maybe taking some time to think about what it is that you want. Look out for a small argument with someone, but generally feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain and that there's a lot of success coming in. Feeling like you have the world at your feet. Also maybe a creative project that you're working on that might be a lot of fun. Key Ryan, do you think my Aquarius boyfriend is faithful to me? Aquarians usually are faithful. They usually come off like they're not, but they usually are. They're very loyal. Let's see. Yeah, I think this person is faithful. Kira, what's next for Leroy and I? Life changes for the better. You got a good connection or reconnection or rekindling. Use your intuition. And he's got a lot of respect for you and he's going to be showing it. I know, Anna, but what I'm saying is that maybe she wasn't online on your birthday. Maybe she just happened to see it in the feed. Like, I know for me, first of all, I have more Facebook friends that I don't even know who the fuck they are than people I actually know. I'm like, who is this person? Like, I really, like, and all I can assume is that maybe I knew them from yoga at some point. I mean, I wasn't on Facebook for, I'm not even kidding, for like a good 5 years. And the only reason why I went back on was because of Avery. People want to see pictures. It's just the easiest way. But, I mean, people make a big deal out of birthdays. I don't. My friend Rachel, and let me tell you about Rachel. From the minute I found out that I was pregnant, she bought me maternity clothes. She brought me food. When she would come and take my classes, she brought food. She'd bring me, I mean, now, today, we go walking all the time. She brings me coffee almost every morning. Like, I'm so against buying coffee out because I just think $5 for a cup of coffee is ridiculous. I can make it here for free, right? Like, how many pots can I make for $5? And it's so funny because I can be cheap about that, but I have no problem spending money at, like, on crystals and shit like that, but whatever. She has bought so much stuff for Avery, I can't even tell you. Every time she shows up here, she shows up with something. That blue dress that the fancy blue dress that I posted, she was in. When I was in the hospital with Avery, came to the hospital every single day she was there. She takes all of my classes when I'm teaching. When I'm not teaching, she's here walking. She offers to babysit for Avery. She doesn't know when my birthday is. She's got no idea when my birthday is. My birthday was in March. She had no idea. I don't even know if it's on Facebook. I don't even think I have it on Facebook. My point is that, you know, if somebody can ignore you all year and then they can wish you a happy birthday on your birthday. Or they can be part of your everyday life and be there and in the thick of it and not remember your birthday. What would you rather? I would rather someone who doesn't know when my birthday is, but they're here every day. You know what I mean? So it's like people put a lot of faith in what goes on Facebook and on Christmas and what goes on Valentine's Day. Meanwhile, like, that's all for show. But the real meat of the relationships are what happens in the day-to-day life. So like I said, I mean, maybe she wasn't on Facebook. Maybe she didn't think about it. I mean, there are plenty of times that, I mean, I wasn't on Facebook for years and years and years because I couldn't stand the show. I don't like phony bullshit, and that's what it is. It's phony bullshit. If you're going to tell me how much you hate your mother-in-law and then all of a sudden you have your profile picture is changed to a picture of you and your mother-in-law, I feel like I can't participate in this phony shit. Why are we doing this? So I don't know what to say about the Facebook thing. If you have a problem with her, I would suggest contacting her and not reading into anything that goes on Facebook. What happens if she hasn't been on? Maybe she hasn't been on in months and she just happened to open up and saw it was his birthday and wished him a happy birthday. I mean, I've done that. I wish somebody a happy Father's Day because it came up in my feed today. I'm not good friends with him at all. Meanwhile, I didn't post it for my brother. I didn't post it for anyone else. But I saw somebody wish it and I was like, oh, happy Father's Day. I mean, I didn't think twice about it. Kira, general around the home and work for the next 7 days. Okay. Home and work. Things should be good. You got the Lover's card, the Justice card, the Hierophant, and Passion. These are all positive cards around work and home. Also feeling loving, feeling grounded, feeling stable. Malika, overall read on what's coming towards me. No longer feeling so burdened, feeling like things are changing for the better quickly, feeling a lot more respected and about to embark on a personal transformation. Pretty good. Somebody is cooking. It smells like breakfast food. I don't know lately why I've been smelling things like that. I normally don't ever smell anything. Well, you know what, Anna, if she's being petty and she doesn't want to, to make amends, then that's on her. It's not on you. You've done all that you can do. If she wants to be at that level, then that's where she is. You leave her there. The people that will meet you where you are. You know what I mean? Like, you can only do so much. But if you've made an attempt and you've tried, well, then that's all you can do. You've done it. If she's, like, she wants to be petty, she wants to, I mean, that's all very low. So what is she going to call to her? She's going to call to her people that are also petty and low. She's not going to call in a high quality person if her vibration is at crap. So it's like she's the only person she's really hurting is herself. You did the right thing. You are doing the right thing. You're keeping yourself in holding yourself to a higher standard. And then that's on her then. Red Nappy, what's coming up with my ex-husband? He's acting odd. All right, let's see. He's feeling very weak. He's also feeling very unsuccessful, and he may be walking away from something. I don't know what his personal life is like or his professional life is like, but he may have had a fight with somebody and he's backing away from something, and that's why he's feeling so odd, or he's acting so odd. He may be going through some kind of a personal turmoil. Well, people that are petty, like, that's just who they are. It's like somebody who's jealous, right? You're like, what are you jealous over, right? But they're just jealous and they just can't see past it. Those kind of, that energy, it only hurts the person that's feeling it. Like, let's say, for example, I'm jealous of the woman next door. My jealousy doesn't hurt her. It's going to hurt me because that brings me down. It doesn't bring her down. I'm going to vibrate in fear, jealousy, that kind of thing, which is lower. If I'm jealous that somebody else has got more than me, there's always going to be somebody else that has more than me. But guess what? There's also going to be a whole lot of people that don't have nearly as much as me. So you can only worry about yourself, and you can only you can only if somebody's being petty or they're being, the whole thing is really, it's over like a birthday post. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing is petty. I would just I would just let go of this relationship then, because if that's how she's going to be and you've done all you can, then you walk away from it. You find people that don't act like that. Jay Allen, blonde girl I saw at work last night. What does she think of me? She thought you were attractive. She thought that you were happy, intelligent, attractive comes up again, smart and funny. Well, yeah, like, all right, like think about something that's very petty, like, or like, all right, jealousy. All right, I remember this. Talk about stupid. When I was in junior high, there was a flea market around here that was very popular, and there was like a booth in the flea market that sold these tie-dyed like leggings and tops and whatever. And I really wanted one. Everybody had them, but I didn't have one. And I remember one of my friends said that she was the only child and she pretty much was able to get whatever she wanted. She told me that her mom bought her 2 outfits. And I was really jealous of that because I felt like, it's not fair that she gets to have 2 outfits and I can't have any. And everybody else had them. But that's very petty for me to feel like that, right? It's over. It's not like I was naked. I mean, I had clothes. It's just that's what I wanted. I was in junior high and I wanted what everyone else had. And I remember like being like not wanting to see her wear that outfit because I didn't want her to have it if I couldn't have it. That's really petty. But when you're at that level, you're going to call into you other people that are just as petty. Now, do you want to deal with those types of people, or do you want to deal with people that don't give a shit what you're wearing? You can't change other people's behaviors. If she's a petty person, she's going to be petty. That's who she is. Until she works on herself and she stops acting like that. Like, there came a point in my life where I was no longer jealous of what other people had. I really don't care. The woman next door, if she's got more tie-dyed outfits than me, good for her. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, not even a little. I don't care. If you work hard and you earn a good living and you buy yourself the most expensive car and live in the most expensive house, good for you if that makes you happy. I don't care anymore. There was a time when I did. But I worked on myself. I overcame that. If she's not working on herself, you can't control what she does. You either have to accept that this is who she is or not even care. Just write her out of your life. Don't let what she does affect you. Cappy, this year will I meet my partner in person? This year will I meet my partner in person? Hey, why you moaning over there, lady? You bored in that thing? Yes, I think you will. Anna, how is Jay today on this holiday? Am I on his mind? He's okay today. I would say 33% chance, yes, you're on his mind. He seems okay. He seems stable, nothing out of the ordinary. He's having an average day. Sean Mona, should I wish SB Happy Father's Day? Would things change? I would, yeah. I mean, I would have told you that regardless. I would have said yes because you're doing something positive. I would always suggest something positive, but the cards, the Emperor could be the father. Ace of Pentacles is positive, and so is the Wish card. So yeah, I would say yes. Crystal, are we going to get our second stimulus checks? I don't know. I think we're coming out of lockdown. I'm not convinced that's going to happen. A 70% chance, yes, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think they're starting to loosen some of the restraints, although I'm not sure that it's going to happen in New York and New Jersey. But the rest of the country starts to be coming out of lockdown. If they turn it around and put us back into lockdown, then I would say yes, we are. TD, will I hear from the Aries in the next few days? Yeah, you will hear from him out of the blue. Liz, does Ara still think of me? Yes, he does. Lady, the fire sign has dirty blonde hair and green eyes. Yeah, 99% chance yes. Kira, how's Leroy's brother Thomas feeling about me being there? He seems like he's fine with it. He's prepared. He's balanced. He seems okay. I don't think that you should worry about what anyone else thinks. I really don't. I think you spend way too much time worrying about how other people feel. The negative side of that is that all of those thoughts go out into the universe, and it makes their wants and needs more important than yours. So I would not focus on that. And I just had a whole conversation the other day with my friend about a situation that I was in where I used to do that. And I've forgotten a lot of it, until we were talking about it the other day. I did stand up for myself a lot, but it was so out of my control because these people would just show up. They wouldn't call and say, I'm coming. They would just show up. And they were coming from Brooklyn, which is like an hour and a half away from here. And it's not an easy drive. Like, you got to go through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. You got to get on these crazy parkways. I mean, it's not an easy drive. And if there's traffic somewhere, you could sit there for hours. So obviously, when they showed up, nobody would send them away because you're not going to send somebody home that just drove an hour and a half, 2 hours to get here. But they would show up unannounced. And my stupid ass boyfriend at the time would not put his foot down. And these people literally destroyed my relationship, but I allowed it. I mean, I stuck up for myself, but I didn't stand up loud enough because what I should have done is I should have gotten in their face. I should have not gone to him because he was a pussy and he couldn't do it. I should have went to them and I should have been like, hey, listen, you're fucking up my relationship. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you here. But I wasn't like that. And what happened? They won. They won. They totally got in between me and him. And we broke up. I mean, we went back and forth for a while. But, and that was when I was talking with my friend the other day. She was like, why didn't you just go to them? Why didn't you just say it to them? Why were you hoping that he was going to do it for you? That was my mistake. I should have just went to them and I should have been like, hey, listen, we had plans this weekend. You're not part of our plans. So you can sit here by yourself, but you're not coming with us. I wouldn't even think to do that. I would not have even have thought to do that. But anyway, so that's my suggestion. Don't worry about how they feel. Too bad for them. Crystal, What should I work on when it comes to my health problems? Okay, make a decision that small and steady changes lead to a big result. So rather than being overwhelmed and thinking you have to make a crazy amount of changes, small little changes done daily lead to a big result. I don't know what exactly your health problems are, but I mean, I can give you some help as far as like exercise and nutrition. And if you physically can't do exercise, you can always do something. Even if you're sitting in a chair lifting arm weights that are 2 pounds, you know, always you can do something. All right, I'm coming. I think a lot of times we get really overwhelmed when we think that we have to make a big change and it has to happen suddenly. Small little changes done over time lead to big results. You want a bottle? I'll go get you a bottle. Don't touch that. All right, let me get her a bottle. Get you a bottle. You watching the Golden Girls? You like Dorothy? She's funny. Dorothy's my favorite. She's funny. You want this? Dorothy Spornak. All right, lover, I got it. I just got to shake it up. You just shake it up. Make sure it's not all sitting in the bottom of the thing. All right, lover, hold on. All right, baby. Avery, look. I got it right here. All right. You're going to eat? There you go. I just want to shake it up a little bit. Lovey. Miss Ronnie, general for the week. You got good luck coming in this week. Wheel of Fortune. Lover's card. You could be connecting with a new or an old love. There's also your intuition is enhanced. Watch out for a little anxiety. Sometimes I feel like the anxiety can happen around the time of the eclipse in the moon. So that just might be planetary. Cause for celebration also comes in 3 of Cups. Kira, how is Leroy's brother Urel feeling about me being there? Urel, how's he feeling? He feels fine. The Chariot and Temperance. Things are moving forward nice. Things are balanced. Things are peaceful. I think he's okay with it. Oh, generally speaking, what I've noticed in the past is that men are usually really easy about everything, and it's usually women that have a hard time. But I'm not even getting that right now. I mean, everything seems to be okay. And like I said, I wouldn't let it bother you, even if I thought people had problems with it, I still wouldn't let it bother you. Kira, how is Bianca feeling about me being there? She's okay. 9 of Cups is a wish. Empress is here. She's fine with it. Ashmita, I ignored RJ's message today. When will he message again? Sometime during the week. It won't be long. It'll be sometime during the week. Kira, did Thomas' girlfriend Allie hear Leroy and I's combo about her? Uh-oh. Let's see. I don't think so. If she heard you talking, she didn't know it was about her. I don't think that she didn't connect the dots. TD. Will I hear from the Scorpio again, and if so, when? Yeah, you'll hear from him again. Let's see when. It could be within the next 2 weeks. That's not long at all. Paisley, I'm in. Does my new boyfriend find me physically attractive, and if so, what? I can't tell you what, because what attracts one person to another, I mean, it could be a combination of things, and a lot of times, especially with men, they don't always know. Like, they may know somebody looks hot, they may notice that something looks different, but they may not know what. So it's like an overall attraction kind of a thing. Yeah, he finds you very physically attractive, definitely. But, you know, a lot of times, like, if you asked, like, what exactly, they don't always know. I think and a lot of times if you change something, they don't know what's different. They'll just notice that there is a change, or they won't notice that there's a change. They'll just be like, wow, you look hot. But they don't know what it is. Anyhow. Anna, because she's immature and petty, that's why she's doing that. So that's why I would not let her even affect you anymore. If you want to be rid of her, I mean, you know what? You don't even have to delete her. You could just snooze her. Red Nappy, he tried to stir up new with me. Why? Oh, is this the same guy? Maybe because he's been hurt or discarded from someone else. That could be. He is feeling prepared. He's feeling his life has gone out of balance a little bit. And he's longing for something that makes him feel safe. And I think that you make him feel safe. That's why. He may not even be real conscious of it, but that's what's going on here. Poor guy. Too bad. Zara, you could close the donations. Thank you. I got to leave here about 2 o'clock. Dorothy, B. Arthur, she's just hysterical, right? She's funny. Her facial expressions are funny. Jay Allen, the blonde girl from work last night, what would happen if I were to make an advance on her in the future? You know, I just get concerned when it comes to work, only because if you don't know somebody, you don't know how they're going to react. And like with sexual harassment and that kind of bullshit that goes on, I would be cautious. But let's just see. You got good luck and you got the lovers around you. But there is a little bit of anxiety. I think that she would be very flattered, and there would be cause for celebration. The relationship could move forward, but I always get concerned when it has to do with work, because I just don't trust people anymore these days. I mean, like people sue over he spilt the coffee and the coffee was hot. Well, it's coffee, we know, but yet they still sue, So I would just be careful. I don't think there's any harm in trying to get to know her a little bit more before you put an advance. Once you guys are a little bit more friendly, you may be okay. Anna, will Pam's man end up doing jail time about what he did at work with the gun, and how will it affect her? People don't realize how hard it is to roll along when you're wearing an evening. And the shocker is I lost out on the intelligence quiz. I think that he may do time, yeah, or He might have some kind of trouble that's associated with the gun thing. I don't know if he'll go away for a long time, but he might have to do something. And it looks like it burdens her greatly. She feels very burdened by the situation. I mean, obviously, I'm sure she doesn't want him to go away to jail, but whatever happened, there could be consequences. Liz, general for the next 2 weeks. Oh, you got walking away from things or backing away. This is in reverse, so it might be like an intuitive thing. It's not always something that you make a conscious decision about. It's like backing away slowly. Things that no longer serve you leads you to respect, happiness, and the happy home. If you're not with anyone right now, there's an earth sign coming in around you. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Liz, what would Ard want to say to me that he's not telling me now with no communication? You're hungry, huh? You sucking it down? He would say that he feels like you have choices around you and he's afraid of a tower moment. He's afraid of being vulnerable. That's what he's afraid of. Use your intuition when you deal with him. I don't think communication is going to be on hold forever. I think eventually you're going to hear from him again.
Life takes softness and strength, especially now. Angel Soft is
No, this is the situation. When I first met him, I mean, he was like the perfect boyfriend, but I got to tell you this. My relationship with him was never like that rock star type of relationship. It wasn't like, oh my God, I have to have him. He's so wonderful. He and I worked together, and he like mildly started pursuing me. Like he wanted to hang out with me, and I was reluctant. I didn't know that I wanted to get involved with him, but I gave it a chance. There was never a moment in time where I felt like I was obsessing over him, ever. Anyhow, he and I dated for 2 years. And the first 2 years, he was perfect. There was never, we never had any fights or trouble or anything. It was never a question, is he going to call, is he going to show up? He was always there. And then what happened was we went through a year where my grandfather died suddenly, my mother got sick suddenly, my mother died, my cousin was killed, his brother got killed. All in 13 months this happened. So by the time, now this was the second brother that he lost. He had lost a different brother the year before. So there was a lot of loss around us in a very short period of time. So he had moved up here from the city when he was a kid, like 10 years old. And his brother, the one that passed away, was very close to these people that still lived in Brooklyn. They were good friends. And my boyfriend was friends with them too, but he was in a different situation. He was working with me at A&P, and he used to have to work on the weekends. So he wasn't going and hanging out with them because he was working. It didn't have to do with me. It had to do with he was working. But I think that they just sort of blamed me for it. Like him not being around was my fault. When that wasn't, it may have been part of the reason, but it wasn't the reason. So after his brother passed away and everyone came up here for the funeral, it was like from that point on, they were up here all the time. And his house, he lost his mom years ago. So his father was single. Well, he had a girlfriend, but he lived in the house. It was kind of like a big, huge bachelor pad because there was, for years, it was just him and 3 boys living there. So it was the kind of house where people could come up and stay there, and sometimes they would stay for an extended period of time. And he even had 2 guys living with him for a while because they were working up here, and they didn't interfere with our relationship then. But then after the brother passed away, all of a sudden it was like they would come up here unannounced, and they would just show up at his house, and he felt like he had to entertain them. And his brother's girlfriend at the time, now this was another situation where, I mean, the brother was not so in love with her because I was around and I used to see what went on, and all of a sudden after he died, she was like, we were going to get married, we were this, we were that, and she would come up all the time and she would just show up. And a lot of times, like, I would have to go out to dinner with him and with her because she just showed up. And I felt like a lot of the times I felt like, well, somebody just died, I can't be a bitch, and how terrible would it be if I opened my mouth? But it destroyed my relationship. Destroyed my relationship because they were always here. Like, it was my birth. I think my birthday was on the 6th. I want to say her birthday was like on the 9th. So she would come up here, and like if we had birthday plans for me, like she would just show up, and like she had a couple. Because what were we gonna do? Leave her home? So this is what went on, and all of a sudden it's like he couldn't stand up to these people, and he also felt like he owed them something. So it was a really shitty situation. It was worse than him just not having balls. It was because, you know, of the death, and everybody was mourning and everybody was hurting, but I was too. You know, it wasn't like I mean, I went through this year with my mother being sick and my grandfather dying, and it all happened at once. But so anyhow, yeah, so they would just show up. And especially guys that like were in the fire department, they sometimes will have like 3 random days off in a row, and it could be like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So they would be up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then the people that worked Monday through Friday would come up on the weekends. And it's like there was always somebody there. So anyhow, that's how that went down. I don't know how they treated his next girlfriend or the woman that he married. I don't know what happened, but it was pretty horrible. And then they were also mean to me, but I also took it. So, you know, who do you blame? If I was a tougher person, they wouldn't have talked to me like that. Anna, will Pam come to my home and make amends, or call me? Okay, let's see. The card suggests 70% chance you have a conversation by the phone. I don't think she shows up in person. But the thing is that the way you describe her, I don't know that she's got it in her to man up, you know? But it does show that you guys repair the situation. So however it happens, it happens. Kira, general for July. Feeling financially stable or much more secure, feeling like things are starting to fall into place with the Judgment card, and making a decision to push your life forward, feeling grounded, feeling happy, feeling ready for the future. 2 of Pentacles, feeling much more balanced too. Kira, what can I expect next from Allie? She actually may disappear for a while. Hermit in reverse. 8 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse. She may pull back a little bit and distance herself a little bit, which would be fine. It would actually be good. Hermit in reverse is the kind of thing where if she pulls herself back, she doesn't tell anybody why, because she knows she's wrong. Like, she may be like go into hiding, or, you know, just make herself scarce because she doesn't want people to tell her that she's an asshole, because she knows it. She may be a little distant for a while, which is good. RZ, what is the actions that Ali would take towards me? He's a Sag. You've got some good stuff happening here. The Wheel of Fortune is good luck. You also have the Lover's card, which means that he should be coming forward. It might take a little bit of time, and you may have choices around you. If you don't have choices yet, he may show up and present you with something, or have an idea up his sleeve when you have other opportunities. Things are going to move forward with you and him at some point. And a love reading until the end of the summer. Got a Capricorn coming in. You have a Capricorn coming in that may want to start a beginning passionately, with some passion. You may be walking away or backing away from things that no longer serve you, feeling a little bit more respected, brings the sun out over your love life between now and the end of the summer. The happy home, redecorating your home, spending time entertaining at your home, whatever it is, it's positive. Listen to your intuition. You also have an air sign coming in, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Kiki, why is Casey say that she doesn't want me in her life? Oh boy. Could it have been out of anger? Because there's a fight here. Did you two have a fight? It also looks like she wants to be controlling, or she wants to be in control. You have a wish around the situation. I don't think it ends here. You also have the Hierophant and the Empress, which would mean that through spirituality you could reconnect with her, or you guys could come together through a spiritual practice. The Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. She may be angry about something. She may not think that you're a good person to have in her life right now, but that's not going to last for long, or it's not going to last forever. Something changes. Erica, Eduardo is going to agree to collaborate on my project, or will I have to find someone else? Okay. No, Anna, you're not coming off negative at all. She's coming off negative. She's coming off like an idiot. She comes off as very immature. All right, is Eduardo going to agree to collaborate on the project? I'm not convinced you're going to get him to do this project. I would start to try to find somebody else. I would look around. This way you don't get stuck with not having anyone. I'm not convinced with this guy at this point. Kiki, any new love for me? New love for Kiki. You have a fire sign, possibly a Sagittarius coming in. You also have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. That may be a Pisces. So yeah, you've got new love coming in. It could be stable too, like a stable kind of a thing, something that's sort of long term. Lady, fire sign and I will get married, yes or no? Are you done? You drank a lot of that. Let me wipe your face. Let me wipe that face. I'm not seeing marriage. No, I don't think so. If there were to be marriage, it would be very far off in the future. It wouldn't be anytime soon. Kiki, why does my arm hurt? Where is it that your arm hurts? It's not like your left arm, right? Where it could be a heart thing. I would just be careful if it's your left arm, because it could be, oh, it's your right arm. Okay, all right, let's see. Why does my right arm hurt? You may be picking up somebody else's pain. There could be an air sign around you that has trouble with their arm. Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. If you didn't physically do something to hurt it, you're picking up somebody else's pain. It happens when you have a very empathetic nature. Hey, don't pull that. Don't pull that. Oh my God, you guys, this was like so many years ago. Thank you, but I mean, that loss was a very, very long time ago. It actually seems like a lifetime ago. make it through? I want to answer that question for Am because I've seen it for a few days now and I haven't gotten to it. So I'm going to answer for Am, but I want to make sure I got all the other super chats. I did. Okay. Super chats are done. Okay. Let me answer that question for Am. Because I've been seeing it for like 3 days now. How will the what will the solar eclipse bring me? Okay, let's see. What's the solar eclipse going to bring for Am? This eclipse could do you well. Money, abundance, fertility, prospects, prosperity, a new beginning, a business idea. You may feel very well prepared by this. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Be careful if you don't want children. If you do want children, well then guess what can show up because of the eclipse. This eclipse should have a positive effect on you. Okay, moderators. I saw Brandy. Brandy, where was it? What's going on with Deverick? No communication. Okay, let's see. What's going on with Deverick? He may not be in the best of places. This is what he's got. He's got fighting around a tower moment with the devil. He's not in a good situation right now, for sure. That's what's going on with him. Zara, general love reading for the week ahead. Laying down the law, setting up boundaries, letting people know what you're willing to put up with and what you won't put up with causes celebration, forward movement, and a new love interest comes in, or a love interest. It doesn't have to be someone new. You have so many different people around you right now that you can lay down the law and let people know what you're willing to put up with and what you won't put up with. And you can get what you want. Mel, current energy around T. I'm supposed to see him later. Okay. Current energy around T. The energy is actually good around this situation. Judgment, justice, and the Emperor. So it would be like the power of the divine guiding it, feeling like there's good karma around the situation, and having a lot of control. I think that that the energy is good today. It's like a strong energy, like strong energy. It's good, good. All right. All right. So that's it. I have to go take a shower. I we gotta go out for a walk first. I didn't do that yet. I'll be back on tonight, but probably not until about 10. You know, I always try to shoot for 9:30, but when I go out, I usually don't get home. Now that it's like light out so late, we're not getting home until like 10:30. I'll be back on though at some point, unless it gets too crazy late. 10:30, something like that. All right. I will see you guys later. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.